What's up, guys? Today we're actually going to talk about actually cooking with some peppers, some things to look for, tip tricks, just some things to be aware of that if you're not into it, you might not be. What we're going to do today, I'm actually going to make some breakfast. It's a beautiful Sunday morning. I've got 2 peppers here, same in color, much different heat. This is just a regular old habanero, about 350 SHU, Scoville heat units. That's how they rate peppers, is on the Scoville scale, and give you kind of a baseline. A habanero or a jalapeno, it's like 7,000 to 8,000. Habanero, about 300 to 350,000. This here is an orange Butch T scorpion, which before the Carolina Reaper came around, these things held the top spot on the Guinness Book of World Records. Carolina Reaper knocked them down. These are about 1.8 million. The Reaper's 2.2, 2.6, they vary a lot. And actually, in my peppers this year, these turned out quite a bit hotter than my Reapers did. And the thing I love about these Butch T peppers is they have a smoke flavor to them. And they're hot, but they're amazing. The Reapers have more of a sweet, fruity flavor. And what I'm going to do today, I'm going to cook some bacon on my Pitboss in my cast iron. It's heating up right now. I'm going to chop these up, throw it in with the bacon, let it kind of sizzle in the fat, let it go around. When I make some bacon, I'm going to take it, throw it in my oven, which I'm going to set its lowest temp, about 170, just to keep it warm, because it's going to be a several step process. You cook them with these peppers, large portions inside, it can get a little rough. Feel it in the back of your throat, make you cough, make you sneeze. Your wife probably won't be happy. Your kids will be upset. I like cooking outside. I do cook them inside from time to time, but you want the windows open. And then after I get through cooking my bacon, what I'm going to do is I'm going to throw some hash browns in the same grease with the peppers and see what we can do. And then I'm going to do some kind of eggs. I've never edited videos, but this is going to be several pieces. I'm going to put it together. I don't know how long it'll take me. I don't know if I can use my phone in an app. I may have to get my computer out, update it. It might take a few days, but let's see what happens. One of the things you need to watch with these peppers is they need to be respected. They are very, very concentrated in heat. And put gloves on. If you're cutting them up, using them, especially if you have thin skin, they will burn into your skin. And what makes these peppers hot is it's called capsaicin. And everybody says when you cut one of these open, it's the capsaicin that heats in the seeds. It's really not. Let me show you. Which there's some in there. But if you can see here, the seeds are attached to this membrane here. That membrane is what actually holds, and that's where your most concentrated capsaicin is. And capsaicin is an oil. That's why when you get it on your tongue and you drink water, you get temporary relief, but it comes right back. Eat bread, sugar, whatever they say, it latches into your tongue because your tongue's porous, and that oil soaks in. And that's why the burn just won't go away. Well, that oil will also soak into your fingers. So be very, very careful. Put gloves on. Watch what you're doing. So I'm going to take these peppers and I'm going to mince them. I'm not going to mince them too. I'm actually going to cut them into strips. That way they can sizzle and release their flavor into the grease. I've never tried this before. I'm just kind of, with this channel, I'm just trying stuff out. And we'll see what happens. Anyway, I'm Diesel Heat. Please do me a favor. Take just a second. Hit that like button. The algorithm, YouTube algorithm, is really leaning towards likes, and that'll get me noticed. That'll get more people, get more eyes on the video, and hopefully we can get some traction. I can do some more interesting things. I can get some more peppers. The peppers I'm using now I grew last year. They are frozen. I froze them myself, and that's why they look a bit transparent. They're not real crispy. They're still good to cook with, but you wouldn't want to chop up and put in a salad. They do they're just a little bit mushy, but they're still fine to cook with. This summer, I think I'm going to grow a wider variety, because what I'm going to be cooking with now mainly is going to be what I grew last year, which is Carolina Reapers, the Butch T scorpions, and habaneros. That's all I grew. I only have one raised bed right now. I'm going to build some more, and I want to get more. My reapers and my Butch T's I got from Pitboss Pepper Farms, which Smoking Ed Curry, he's the man that created and invented the Carolina Reaper, and he's gone above and beyond since then. He's got way hotter peppers. He's a madman, and I love it. He's a really cool guy. He gives back a lot, donates a lot. They're using a lot of the capsaicin. They're finding things. He's growing the hotter and hotter peppers to get more capsaicin because they're trying to find medical benefits with them. So it's pretty interesting stuff. I like giving him business. Last year he teamed up with Bonnie Plant, so you can go to bonnieplants.com and buy pepper plants that are already going, and it saves you about 75 days of the grow process. Because technically, if you wanted to start from seed, you would have needed to start a couple weeks ago. They take the super hot peppers, take a long time to germinate, they take a long time to grow. Once they fruit, they take a long time to ripe. There's a lot going on and they take forever. So if you buy one of those from bonnie.com, and Carolina Reapers, any of those, they come straight from Pitboss Pepper Farms, Smoking Ed, right out of there. You know their quality, you know they're good. I'm going to chop these up real quick. I'm going to end the video because I don't really have a good sight line to what I'm doing. But I'll be back and I'll show y'all what we're doing next. Alright, got the peppers cut up. I'm going to get rid of these. Just pay attention where you stick your fingers, where you're putting your hands. We got the peppers cut up, 2 little piles. I'm just going to mix them all together. Throw them in there. Yeah. A lot of people don't like these because of how hot they are. They are very hot. What I like to tell people, you wouldn't take a spoonful of black pepper and eat it. You wouldn't do it. It'd be too much. They're technically a fruit, but it's a seasoning. Use it as a seasoning. Use it lightly. Start with a little bit and work your way up until your comfort level. And it's a great way to add lots of flavor, lots of spice, and you don't have to use much. Dabble do ya, mix it in, cook it in. And if it's not your thing, because super hots do have they've got a very specific flavor. But you can mess around with different pepper species and start out low. Start out with jalapenos, chop them up, put them in stuff, do half a jalapeno to a whole meal. And if you like that, then move up to a serrano, and you can just keep climbing. Go to the habanero is a great place to start, I feel. And use it as a seasoning. Use it lightly. Cook it in. If you want more, use more next time. And you see people making videos and eating the whole pepper, and their face is flushed, they're covered in sweat, they're miserable, and that's why people stay away from this stuff, because that's all they see. That's why I'm here. That's why I created this diesel heat. I want to show you guys how to cook, how to up your food game. Nobody likes bland food, and if you have bland food, here, usually what people do is add salt. Well, there's other things you can add besides just salt and everything. You can actually put some flavor in your food. And that's what we're doing here. I am cooking on my Pitboss 850. I absolutely love this thing. My buddy talked me into buying it about a year and a half ago. Rather about a year ago. It was around my birthday last year. And I love it. Set it and go. The pellets I'm buying and I'm using is Lumberjack Competition Blend. Talking $9 for a 20-pound bag versus what, $40 for a 20-pound bag of Traeger pellets. The Pitboss pellets at Walmart are pretty cheap, but they've got a lot of they're real ashy, and they don't stay together very well. There's a lot of powder in the bag, so I don't prefer using those. I really like the Lumberjack pellets. I get them at Atwood's. I know that's kind of a local regional store. You guys, wherever you're watching, may not have it. It's a farm and ranch store. I'm sure you can Google the Lumberjack pellets and just see if you can get them around you. But what I'm going to do now, we should be getting good and hot. And I love smoke flavor. I can smoke anything and everything. I love it. It's getting pretty good and warm. So what I'm going to do is I'm gonna throw the bacon in first, let it get going. As soon as it starts letting off some fat, letting off some grease, I'm just gonna take all of these peppers. I'm just gonna scrape them in, stir it up a little bit, and just let it start cooking. Let it start releasing the capsaicin, the flavor, and all that, and let that bacon start soaking. And then after I'm done with that, I'm gonna take the bacon off. I may pour some grease off, depending on how much I cook. I'm gonna throw my hash browns right on top of that. Let them soak. When I'm doing that, like I said, I'm gonna set my oven as low as it'll go. I'm gonna keep the bacon warm. Nobody likes cold breakfast. And this is a several step process. When the hash browns are done, I'll probably throw them in there. And I'm not sure yet what I'm gonna do with the eggs. My wife is a vegetarian, so I don't wanna cook her food with the bacon grease. Would not go well. So I'm gonna figure something. I might get a different pan out here, cook her up some hash browns. Maybe I'll cut up another habanero or something, give it some heat. She loves flavor. My daughters love flavor. My son, not so much. He's 4. We'll get him there. And anyway, oh, it's good coffee. I love it. It's such a beautiful day today. It was cold, snowy last weekend, nasty. Now the sun's up, temperature's up. I love being outside cooking. My kids love being outside. I'm gonna get all this going, and I will be back. Here's the bacon on. I sat here and talked too long and got my skillet too hot, so they cook almost instantaneously. But that's all right. Pepper down, that blow away. So what I did, I threw the peppers in there. They've caramelized beautifully. I'm just gonna let these kind of slow cook. I like crunchy bacon. I can actually probably pull these 2 off now, but that's all right. I'm cooling it. Skillet's finally cooling down. She was smoking hot when I threw them in there. As soon as I threw the bacon at it, instantly just shriveled up. It was hot, hot. But that's all right. We got it chilled out. That's what I love about this Pitboss. It's got you can open and close for direct fire. I love it. So you can really get a lot of control of these new Pitbosses. They're fantastic. We'll put her back on top of the fire. It's very hot. So these videos are going to be clunky at first, guys. I don't know what I'm doing, but that's fine. We'll get there. Anyway, I'm going to let this cook down a little bit. I'm probably going to add some more bacon. Look at how caramelized that is. Oh, that looks great. I'm hoping it turns out great. Spicy bacon in the morning. That'll wake you up. I'm going to get the rest of this bacon cooked out. I'm going to open up my hash browns. We'll get them going. Let's see how this goes. Let's see how this does. Bacon is almost done. I cook really fast. I might have to do this more often. But I'm trying a lot of new things with this video, so I really want to show off what you can do with these. They're very versatile, and I'm kind of challenging myself to come up with new things. It's like this. Everybody loves, or most people love bacon, eggs, hash browns. It's just kind of a staple breakfast. And if you like it, you've probably had it 1,000 times. Why not change it up? Why not get some new flavors in? Not something you have to do all the time, but throw it in here and there. These peppers are actually also supposed to be. I have to do more research. I'm just kind of talking from what I hear, but very good for you. A lot of vitamins, minerals, a lot of good things for you. And we could all probably be a little bit more healthy. All of us could. So bacon's just about off. I got the crispy. I love crispy bacon. Here's a floppy one. So just kind of roll it through that grease. Put those peppers in there. Get it cooked. Let's roll them off. Said I've got no idea how this is going to turn out. Not a clue. We're going to take hash browns, pop them in that grease. Let those sit, and with a little bit of added smoke flavor, they should be, I'm hoping. And if it's terrible, we'll try something else next time. Let's see how this bacon is. I've never done this. See if we can get any of the flavor out of it. That is not bad. The heat is very mild. There's not a person on here, unless you just, if black pepper is a little bit too much for you, then obviously this may not be the channel for you. I'm glad you're here, glad you're watching. But that's fantastic. And it's a slow build heat. But it slow builds and then stops. I mean, this is, you can get spicier snacks at Walmart. You know, hot Cheetos are hotter than that, but it's there. You can taste it. It's a whole different flavor profile. That's great. I'm gonna do this a lot more often. Oh, that's amazing. Well, I mean, it's bacon. How bad could it be? I don't understand why my wife is vegetarian. I couldn't give up bacon. Oh, that's great. Like I said, I'm kind of a diesel fanatic. I always have been. My wife got me this cup for Christmas. I love it. And I love coffee. I'll drink coffee all day long. It's probably terrible, but it's my favorite. Let's see how these are doing. Good and slow cooking. That's what I'm talking about with my tongue is at. Oh, look at that. Pepper cooked into it. I bet these are going to be spicy. I do this without tearing them up. Got a lot of grease. Get them back over here so they can dry out a little bit. They got plenty of grease in them. I probably should have dumped most of that grease off and just barely had a light coating of grease. But like I said, I'm just trying stuff. We usually cook these in the air fryer. I love my air fryer, but if I put this many peppers in my air fryer, we would have to open the house up and go somewhere for the rest of the day. That would probably be pretty stout. Anyways, I hope you guys are enjoying this. I know it's clunky now. I know it's probably gonna be way too long of a video. I'm gonna have to edit it out. We'll get it figured out. I pace when I walk. I'm sure that'll drive some of you guys nuts. I can't help it. I'm sorry. I'm gonna try to get a little bit better setup for this. Let's check on these. The good thing is that here, once you get this cast iron hot, it cooks fast. It's fantastic. And I can take this inside the kitchen, and when we get done, we throw our stuff away and easy cleanup. But I'm gonna let these finish cooking, and we'll be back. All right, bacon done, hash browns done. Do a couple eggs, scrambled. This one, that's the Big Daddy pepper right there. That is Carolina Reaper, baby. What we're gonna do? Got that minced up a little bit right here. Crack these eggs, scramble them up, add some Reaper. I think I left my seasonings in the house. That's fine, I'm gonna grab those real quick. We can edit this out, maybe. So I'm terrible with technology. So this is gonna be a learning process. It's gonna be painful for you to watch. It's gonna be painful for me to figure out. Eggs in there. Carolina Reaper. In the eggs. This, as you can see, I didn't chop up the whole thing. That's, like I said, it's a seasoning. That would be too much. A little bit. This is actually probably more than most of y'all would ever eat, but I'm on a video, I might as well. It'll actually make it worthwhile. Let me go grab some. Alright, we're back. Like I said, guys, this is super clunky right now. It'll get better. I've got here salt, pepper, garlic. I love garlic. A little bit of garlic in the scrambled eggs is great. Get that thrown in now. Get it scrambled. Once it gets warm, I might have to lose this sweatshirt here in a minute. Scramble up nice. Already got my skillet preheated. Some butter in there. And throw them on. I'm working up an appetite. I'm getting hungry. We got a goofy little phone stand. Let's see if this works or not. See them right there. Oh, look at the little red chunks. Like I said, sweeper. Wow. Goodness. Reaper has got a very sweet flavor. It's kind of weird. It's when you first eat one, your brain doesn't know what to do because it's so hot and so sweet at the same time. Get these eggs done, scrambled up. I don't like overcooking my eggs. I hate burnt, overdone eggs. And with scrambled eggs, they're gonna cook for quite a while after you take them off the heat. So keep that in mind. Pull them off when they're a little bit runny, and let them sit, let them rest, let them finish cooking process. Something else I like to do. A little bit of shredded cheese on top of that. cheesy eggs, hash browns, and bacon. A little bit of spice on top. Heck yes. Look at that. Take your cheese, sprinkle on top. Ooh, girl. Let that cheese set and melt. And you'll get the bacon, hash browns out of the oven. Let's go ahead and turn the smoker off. We are done cooking. All we got left is eating and probably sweating. Here we go. With the bacon, the hash brown. Look at these hash browns. That's chunks of pepper there that have kind of burned up and caramelized and cooked in. See the chunks of Reaper and them eggs down. Oh, let's see how this goes. I've never made a full pepper breakfast before, but cheers, mate. I said this is going to be a pretty long video. I'm going to work on some editing, work on actually trying to pre-plan some, get the video a little bit more compressed. I don't need to be making 20-minute videos. I wouldn't listen to me talk for that long, so we'll see how y'all are feeling about it. But let's dig in. Oh yeah. That's so good. That is great. I love breakfast. Easily favorite meal of the day. Which I only eat breakfast a couple times a week. Usually don't eat breakfast in the morning. I'll wake up, get dressed, have a sleep, hop in my service truck, and roll on and go do something. But on the weekends, I'm gonna eat, baby. That's great. Like I said, it's not, you can see I'm not sitting here sweating. I'm not sitting here freaking out. It's not that crazy spicy. It's just good. That's fantastic. There's a bunch of little chunks of Reaper in there. Said, smoking head curry, you're the man. I don't know how you figured out how to crossbreed and get these peppers, but boy, I'm glad you did it. Because, guys, they're so good. I'm telling you guys, try it out. Holler at me. I mean, I know right now, most of y'all watching probably went to school with me. Probably friends, Facebook, something like that. But as this grows, I'll do some research, try to help point people in a good place to go to buy peppers, because I tried for a couple years trying to find Reapers to cook with. I just wanted to eat one. I just wanted to try one. I find it fascinating, and I couldn't. Anywhere I looked, everybody, that you can get dried, this and that, you can get seasonings, but I wanted fresh peppers. I couldn't find them, so that's something I'll work on. I think they should be a lot more available. You can go to some Whole Foods, Sprouts, you can find habaneros, and those are a great place to start. They really have a lot of flavor, and the heat is way down in the bottom floor. It's not bad. So I'm going to finish this up. I'm going to try to condense this video. Please, 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 in the words of one of my favorite podcasters, Ryan Sickler, and his Honeydew podcast, please take the second, hit that like. If you like this, hit that subscribe. It means nothing to you. It costs you nothing. It means everything to me. Thank you guys so much, and I will see you soon.